having Leonardo DiCaprio and George Clooney.
It is stuff like that though, like things like that make people think that you are very established. And I think as far as the government went this time, it was sleep in the park.
Yeah.
Like Josh 100% knew what he was doing with that, and I think it was you that said it was no coincidence that he met with like the housing minister or something like the day before Sleep in the Park or something. Yeah. So, you know, it was a really good catalyst because it was such a public example of the cause, and it was thousands of people coming together, raising a very real amount of money, and putting the public spotlight on it, which actually, you know, politicians and government want to do good, but they have a bill and they have a voting thing that they have to go through. So if you make it easy for them to put something on the bill by making it the public concern, then I think that's how to get things moving. Like if you want some political action, then it has to be something that politicians know the masses care about, and that's what Social Bite have been good at doing and earning credibility that way. So I think for us personally, that was the route into the government and to be taken seriously, but also by the charity sector. I think, you know, the rest of the homelessness charity sector were a bit like, who are these new kids on the block, and why do they keep doing things that are bringing celebrities here, and what are we doing differently, you know? So I think, I think the Sleep in the Park thing and the Housing First movement has definitely brought us together with all sorts of different sectors other than just the government as well.
I think Housing First has been that unifying idea that the folk in the sector really, really wanted to do, and that academics felt was the right thing to throw energy behind. So like we were lucky in that sense that there's this really unifying idea. But certainly from government, I mean, I had conversations with folk in government and they said, you know, you made it impossible for us to do nothing.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool.
Yeah. But then that's also, it's so true. And I get that that's a challenge for anybody else in a situation, you know, when they're trying to be taken seriously. But, so I don't know, I think that would be the advice though, right? Would be like, make
just
it
be
impossible.
really annoying and noisy.
Being really annoying will get you very far.
Yeah.
Can I just ask related to that? You've come a long way in a short time, and you're in many ways you're classic market disruptors in a sort of third sector social enterprise setting. There must be other established charities who are terrified, at least they are terrified, and the trustees think, oh, how do we respond to that? And I presume you might have had some hostility from very established people in the sector, or maybe not. I mean, how do you deal with that?
Well, I think it's kind of like tall poppy syndrome a wee bit. I think Josh gets a bit of heat personally sometimes.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be Josh, because Josh has kind of taken the lead public stuff over the years, and so whenever we do anything publicly, he's the one that gets like horrible stuff said to him. But yeah, that's more from individuals online than I think people, when they understand stuff, people get on board pretty quickly.
Yeah, and I think given that I think the perception of most or of a lot of kind of homelessness sectors perhaps changed over the last couple of years, because I think because of aligning with this idea and concept that people just really, really wanted to do, and effectively we enabled it to happen. So, you know, you win a lot of friends by doing stuff like that, and I think, you know, and you know, ultimately, I'm a total idealist. Like, I'll just lay my cards on the table. So, like, I personally believe 100% in working with other folk, and you know, a lot of other folk in the sector also operate that way. So you will always get some organisations that are like this, and go away with your big, you know, brash events, like, you know, they find it irritating. Yeah. But you know, it's, you know, each to your own really. There's plenty of folk that are very generous in their leadership of their organisations, that see beyond their own little patch, and you know, we're lucky to work with many organisations like that. And so by no means is everything that we're doing Social Bite's own work by itself. So the village project that we run is we work in partnership with the Cyrenians and Hillcrest Homes. The Housing First is a massive coalition of organisations, and some of the leadership within that is absolutely awesome and brilliant and very collaborative, and yeah, we're lucky to work with those folks.